What are some of the mistakes that you see companies making? You told me a really interesting story about a CMO of a sausage company.
Oh yeah, this is one of my favorites. So one of the really common fallacies in data is that data is opposed to intuition, and that a lot of people are resistant to using data as a tool because they think, I've done this job for years, I know what I'm doing, I know my business, I'm not gonna let some machine tell me what to do. And that's absolutely correct, but you really have to rethink that and say, it's not that data and intuition are actually opposed. Data is a tool for enhancing your intuition. So my example about the sausage company is this. So when I worked at the social media company, one day the CMO of a frozen breakfast sausage brand came into our office, and someone invited me to this meeting. And the guy said, I want to know what my customers do on the internet, on the social web. And I said, great. So first we'll figure out who your customers are. And he said, no, I know who my customers are. They're moms in the Midwest. And I said, well, how do you know that? And he looked at me like I was crazy. And he said, well, they're my customers. I know who they are. I've been doing this for years. And I said, okay, so we'll go see, what we can see in the data. And it turned out, in fact, he was not wrong. So he had many customers. We didn't know if they were actually moms, but they were looking at things that were mom-type things. They were geographically located in the Midwest US. But he had missed a cluster of customers in I think it was Texas, and they were really into motorcycles and man things. They were not moms in the Midwest. And he had missed a cluster of customers in the Pacific Northwest who were anti-food additives, and his product did not have these food additives. And so in doing this analysis, we were able to show that his intuition was in no way wrong. He was actually right. He knew his customers, but he was missing things that were just too small to come up on his human radar, but showed up in the aggregate data analysis, again, just counting lots of things. And so that led them then to do some incentives and promotions on social media that targeted those folks who they never even really knew were excited about being customers in the first place.